Okay, so welcome to our podcast. This is a little bit different today because this podcast is a spin-off of our radio show. This is a special edition. This is two things going on here. This is a special edition of the Johnjay Van Ness podcast, and also a special edition of the Johnjay and Rich Couples Therapy podcast. Now, every week on the radio show, we rotate couples, and they interview each other, and we drop them on Sundays. And this is the second time I'm interviewing my wife, Blake. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. But what we're going to do a little different is that, sure, her and I are going to talk a little bit, interview each other, and talk about whatever's going on. But our son, KEMP, is here. And I posted on Instagram, ask us any questions about the podcast, about anything, about our relationship. And a bunch of people messaged in, and I sent those all to KEMP. So KEMP's going to ask us questions. But at the same time, KEMP, there's things that we could talk about without going to questions. You know what I'm saying? So how are you, KEMP?
Of course. I'm great.
Yeah?
Great, yeah.
How do you feel about interviewing your parents?
I'm glad to be here. This is hopefully not going to be gross. Hopefully we're good.
Gross.
Well, I've read some of these questions beforehand, and I'm trying to already wean out ones. Your audience might be a little disgusting.
Really?
There's just one, like...
What, is there a gross one?
Just asking about how attracted you are to each other.
Hello.
Why is that gross?
That's gross.
As a kid sitting here interviewing his parents, that's disgusting. And I'm actually I might have to cancel that one out now.
What does it say? How attracted are you to each other? I didn't even read them. I just sent them to you.
I wouldn't, see, you took it in a different way. Like, I would have been like, attracted. I think he's handsome. And
what I deal with on a daily basis, I understand where he was going to take that question. And
Your mom has phenomenal breasts.
Gross.
All right, we're gonna wrap up the podcast now. It's a short edition.
What is wrong with you?
I need to get out of here.
Okay,
See, we do things totally different. Like, what is wrong with you? Good God.
All right, so go ahead, KEMP. Go ahead. Let's start. Or is there anything that you, as one of our children, would like to ask your parents a question about anything?
As the most amazing middle child ever.
I mean, I spend a lot of time with you guys, and so I feel like we have a great relationship, parents and son, where I feel like I've asked any question I actually have. So,
do you think that you spent too much time with us? So that's why you didn't invite me to the movies with you last week?
Mom told me this. I remember Mom told me this statistic one time about how when your kid goes to college, they've spent 95% of the time with you already. Mm-hmm. And I think mine was almost opposite, where once I got to college, I spend more time with you guys.
Does it bother you that we come visit you all the time?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I like you
But
guys.
You didn't invite me to the movies the other day. You went by yourself.
I went by myself.
I know, and I was available.
Can you let that go?
It's all right, man.
I also made him dinner the other night.
Yeah, you did. That's good. Thank you for that. Okay, let's ask some of the questions. Johnjay and Rich Couples Therapy Podcast. Blake and Johnjay being interviewed by KEMP Van Ness.
So we'll start with, what's your favorite attribute about each other? Not attractive. What's your favorite attribute?
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Like characteristic of your wife.
Okay. You go first, hon.
Okay. I think my favorite is that you're very funny and you make life very interesting.
I don't understand what an attribute is.
Like
how nice Mom is.
Yeah, Mom's very nice. And she's actually...
What's the characteristic of me that you like best?
Oh, you're so kind. You're so smart. I think that you're a very strong woman. You are one of the strongest women I've ever met. And the strong side that a lot of people don't know. I like that a lot. And forgiving. Extremely forgiving. You've had to forgive me for many, many, many things.
Yes, I have.
See, that was perfect.
Was it?
That was so sweet.
Was it sweet?
Yeah, it was sweet.
Aww.
You know, I did this interview on a TV station that's going to run on Father's Day. And they asked me, and I wasn't ready for it. They were just like, hey, tell us, what is it? What's important? I can't remember the question they asked me. There was something about being a dad. What's the important thing about being a dad? Give us a couple of things about being a dad. And I was like, I think it's important for my sons to see me love on their mom. So that whether
there's a bit of a limit, but yes, I agree.
There's a bit of a limit. No, but I mean to see me respect your mom, love on your mom, hold her hand, open the door for her. And I see that with you and your girlfriend. Like I see you
thanks,
doing
man.
things. And then mom's like, where does he get that? I'm like, hello? From the man. From the man. Anyway, go on. Next question.
Any advice for a new boy mom?
Oh my gosh, a new boy mom. Well, I grew up with 3 girls, so boys are weird. But the beautiful thing is according to Kevin Leman in the birth order book, you have that relationship with the opposite sex as a mom that is beyond. So moms and their sons have this relationship that can't be done anywhere else. So that's what you have to look forward to.
Wait, so what's the question again? What's advice you have for a first-time boy
Any
mom?
advice for a new boy mom?
Yeah, I would say if you're, as a dad watching your mom's relationship with your 3 boys, she just loves you guys immensely. And what's funny is being a boy mom, I've seen your mom from not being a mom and being, pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Stiff,
What?
to loosening up and being way laid back more than you were when we first started dating.
Because you don't have a choice. with
Right,
these
that's what I mean with fart jokes,
crazies.
butt jokes, gross things, sports. You just kind of, your defenses come down and you're way more laid back.
And if you get down to it, boys are weird. You are. You're all just weird.
Okay.
Well.
Favorite family vacation?
Favorite family vacation?
I think one of them was the motorhome trip. It was so
Through
fun.
Montana, through Yellowstone.
Yeah, that was
That
so
was pretty
fun.
amazing. But that was scary as the driver of that trip.
Yeah.
I'll never forget driving through the beginning part of Montana, going through the mountains and being like a 2-way road. And to my right, it's just one wrong move and it's all the way down. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Kemp, I remember you flashing a buffalo.
I remember the buffalo saying it's the biggest he's ever seen.
I'm sure.
I think one of my favorite family vacations is when we don't go on vacation and we stay home. That's my favorite.
It's so boring.
I love it.
The other one was Puerto Vallarta. That was fun.
Puerto Vallarta was incredible. That was incredible. But there was another family with us. It was my sister. But I mean,
Yeah,
that
but
was fun.
still.
But I do like the families. I like when we do stuff, just the 5 of us. That's my favorite. Yeah. What about you? What's your favorite vacation we took on?
I mean, my favorite that comes to mind immediately is we go to San Diego every year, but like last year, San Diego was like my favorite because like we're now like at the age where like we're all just like boys, me, Jake, and Dutch. So it's not like we just get to hang out and like we actually get to enjoy each other rather than like trying to beat the shit out of each other. So it's like
That's
kind of
good.
nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
How do you handle it when your partner does something that annoys you?
We make fun of it. So like Johnjay has trouble chewing out loud, and we all make fun.
Where did
and-
that happen? Like,
I
how
don't
did that?
know.
When did that start?
But
'Cause
it's so loud. It's like you're frantically chewing all
Kim-
the time.
Ken made this video the other day where you made the cookies. Did you see the complaints? I got so many
You were
complaints
frantically chewing again.
that I was so chewing all loud and stuff, and I was like, where did that come from?
Dutch. I don't know. Dutch is the first one to ever bring it up.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
He will leave the room if you're chewing too loud.
I know. Wait, say the question again. What do you...
How do you handle it when your partner does things that annoy you?
I said we make fun of it.
To a certain point, but like sometimes mom does stuff that annoys me and I don't say anything. I'm going to wait.
I got one.
Wait. What?
What do you do when mom is reading while you're trying to go to sleep?
Oh, he has to
I've already
say-
removed her from the bed. She goes to read somewhere else now.
It's not rude.
Well, he's trying
Like
to sleep.
I know, but I want to read and fall asleep, and
I
it
have
makes
to
me
go
go
to
to
sleep.
another.
Part of sleeping is the lights need to be off.
Exact. Thank you, Kim. Last night, mom was kind to go sleep, to go read in another part of our bedroom, right? But when she came to bed, I woke up. And I'm like, that's interrupting my sleep. And it's such a bummer because I had a crappy sleep score. It's like, I think you're like me now, Kemper. It's like I'm just so focused on trying to get the best night's sleep as possible. Like they get the best quality sleep so I can perform when the show starts, and even more on the weekends. Like this last weekend, we're at this wedding, and we had a good time, but man, it jacked up my sleep. I'm wiped out now, and it's because of the wedding Saturday night, and then it's because of picking up mom from the airport Thursday night.
It's always my fault.
Yep.
You notice?
Next question. Are you guys ready for the empty nest?
Well, we were, and we were jumping up and down, but it's not emptying anymore. So who knows when
Well,
it'll empty.
You are in Hawaii. Dutch is going to Tucson. Jake still has a year left at the University of Arizona, and he's decided to do that last year at home online. So he moved back home. So it's going to be different with Jake at home. So we're not necessarily, but he also is very independent, so we can
Right.
still leave and go do stuff. You know?
Now, what are any favorite spots and or memories from Tucson?
Ooh,
So many
the
great
Wedo
memories.
is one of our
Little
favorite
Canelo,
spots.
Little Canelo.
Yes.
Sullivan's Steakhouse. What's that what it's called? Sullivan's Steakhouse?
Mr. On's.
Mr. On's. One of my favorite memories, I had so many favorite memories in Tucson from this one place, was the Tucson Racquet Club.
Oh, yeah, the
And
Friday night
we
family
would go
night.
there all the time and hang out and go in the pool, in the little kiddie pool, and you guys would just barely stand in the water, and then we hang out in the grass. And I don't know if there'd be a band.
There
but
was
music.
a band. There's
And
music.
the weather was so great, and I just loved the Tucson Racquet Club. I really loved that a lot. It was great. I love Tucson so much.
What's been your favorite phase of parenting? Like, what age were the kids the hardest?
Well, you guys were hardest when you were little. My favorite phase is right now because it's so fun to see you guys grow into nice young men, adults.
It is, but I also miss
I
them
love
so
it.
young. When they were so young, like when Kemp, you were always wanted to go throw the ball. You always wanted to play catch. You never stopped. You always wanted, Dad, can we go play catch? Or we throw the football, and you'd want to throw the football till my arm hurt. Like, I'd be like, oh my God, this kid. And I would just throw it over and over and over. I mean, we're talking in hours throwing the football, right? I miss that. That was fun. But also now, watching you guys, your trajectory as young men, seeing your path where you're going, Jake's path, Dutch's path. Like, it's also a very fun time.
2 people asked this question. Are you looking forward to being grandparents, and who do you think will be the first to start a family?
Oh, I can't wait to be a grandma. Are you kidding me? But not for a little bit. I need a couple years.
No.
But I am so excited about that. And I think it's very clear who's going to be the first one. And
You think
that's going to
Dutch-
be you.
You think
unless
Kemp
Dutch
is?
is by accident.
Oh, I think Dutch is gonna knock somebody up pretty quick. I hope that Jake finds somebody and settles down and has one in the next 5-6 years. But who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? He's in Vegas right now. He could take the Dutch route.
Be like the Hangover.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I hope it's not for a long time.
Another part to that question could be, how does it make you feel that Dutch is having sex in your house?
Oh, my God. What? I don't want to answer that. I'm very disturbed about this whole conversation.
We like to pass on that question.
Yes, thank you.
How do you guys keep up the romance?
Yellow. Well,
Oh, I think date night. We go on date night.
your mom likes to dress up as different characters in the bedroom.
No, what's just wrong with you?
Mary Poppins, or my favorite is Wendy's from Wendy's Burgers, Wendy's fast food.
What?
That's so gross.
You're so wrong. Okay, go on to the next one.
What? You didn't have an answer to that one, Mom?
Tell me that I got distracted.
How do you guys keep up the romance?
Oh, we go on date nights. We've been able to go and have trips lately. And
Sometimes she likes it when I dress up like a Japanese
Stop
businessman.
it.
Who was our very first dog?
Our very first dog, Tugs.
Our very first dog was Tugs.
It was Tugs.
But as a family, we had Tugs and Rosie. Uh-huh. And then all 3 of the boys were born, right? And then Rosie
Yeah.
passed. Tugs passed, Rosie passed. But so Harvey might have been the first dog we got as a family, no?
Harvey and Lego. Lego came shortly after
Lolly
that.
was before Lego, wasn't she?
Oh, Lolly.
I think it was Harvey, then
Harvey,
Lolly, and
Lego.
This person would love some advice on raising her boys to be friends with each other and root for each other.
Well, I think one of the things that we have encouraged you guys is to talk to each other. So, like when you went off to college and Jake went off to college, we constantly are saying, hey, have you talked to Jake? Have you talked to Kemp? Have you talked to Dutch?
And normally the answer is no.
And so, no, you guys send memes to each other. I wish you'd send words, but
Do you guys have a brothers group chat?
We do, but it's not really chatted in much. It's more individual. I like to think I do the best job of keeping up with everybody.
With everybody? Okay.
I'll call Jake, and he'll call me back 3 weeks later. Dutch responds pretty quickly.
Oh, that's
but
good.
Jake never calls me back ever.
Dude, he doesn't. It's very rare for him to respond to a text, or he'll do it 24 hours later.
Every time he calls me back, he's been at Illegal Pete's in Tucson. Every time. It's like he walks into Illegal Pete's and goes, "Oh, I need to call Kemp back."
Yeah.
Well, good. Keep it going. Yeah. Keep the connection going. So when you guys are older, you all hang out.
Well, speaking of, you were getting on me for not inviting you to the movie. They bailed on me movie night the other day.
What's it feel like?
It feels. I was going to go by myself because I enjoy time by myself. But
Do you know there was an article in the news about a guy who went to go see Lilo and Stitch by himself, and some woman complained. He was sitting there by himself eating a snack, watching Lilo and Stitch.
That's so jacked
and
up.
she complained. I was like, I think Kemp's doing that.
That might have been me.
Kemp's going to Lilo and Stitch by himself. Yeah.
There's nothing like seeing a movie by yourself.
I love
midday on a Wednesday.
Dude,
I know, that is awesome.
When Mom and I first met and I was a salesperson, I would go to the movies all the time by myself in the middle of the day. I remember seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja 2, Mutant Ninja 2 by myself at the theater in Chula
You
Vista.
didn't invite your dad?
No, but my dad would go, because my dad would fall asleep in the movies all the time and start snoring really loud. But I would go to the movies with my dad quite a bit. Thank you. Are there any more questions?
There was not any more
That's
questions.
it? There were no more? Yeah, let's just wrap. And that's our podcast. Okay, so welcome to our podcast. This is a little bit different today because this podcast is a spin-off of our radio show.